Hey, Tyler here. Today we're gonna go over a scene with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. I really hope you like it. We're just gonna get straight to work, because the truth is, I hate introductions. I was told by a lot of people that introductions are important, but the truth is that I always skip intros. So I'm not gonna do something I personally hate. So we're just gonna watch the scene and break things down. So let's do it.
All right. I remember you. And I'll admit I was a little curt that night.
Kurt?
Okay, I was an asshole. I can admit that.
Okay.
But requesting Iran from a serious musician is it's too far.
My lord, did you just say a serious musician?
I don't think so.
Can I borrow what you're wearing?
Why?
Because I have an audition next week. I'm playing a serious firefighter.
Cool. Now that we have watched the scene, let's break things down so you can understand everything and improve your English.
All right. I remember you.
Let's begin with this word here. The most common way to pronounce this word is with the L sound in all, but I've seen people skipping that sound and saying, alright. I usually pronounce the L, but feel free to use the version you prefer. Sometimes you're gonna see words spelled with L, but we don't actually pronounce the L sound. For example, walk. Here we just go from the W sound to and then end in a K sound. So we're not gonna say walk, we're gonna say walk. Same thing with talk. Another word we don't pronounce the L sound is in half. But here we go from an H sound to an A sound, as in cat, not as in talk. Also, yoke, folk, could, would, should. In fact, these three last words, we only have 3 sounds in each. And the secret to pronouncing could, would, and should is knowing the sound in good. Once you nail the sound, then the rest is easy. So imagine you're saying good. Use this word as reference to make everything easier. Then go to could, would, should. Now let's go to the next part here. He walks to her and says, I remember you. There's an interesting thing here. I is not the most important thing in this sentence, so we don't really need to say the full version of this word, I. You can simply use a schwa sound to say it. So I can be pronounced as I remember you. But again, if you feel more comfortable saying I, then go for it. In this case, here you can choose the version you feel more comfortable with.
My lord, did you just say a serious musician?
Did you notice how she connected did and you? D is an interesting letter because D is kind of that person that changes how they behave depending who they're with. Do you know these kind of people? So think that D is in love, like head over heels in love with the word you. But the word you doesn't love D back. You loves the letter J. So when D is with the word you, D pretends to be the letter J to try to seduce the word you. So instead of saying did you, we say did you. Another interesting word here is musician. You can see here that S sounds like Z as in zebra, and C sounds like an SH in she. So it becomes musician. Let's practice one time to make sure you got it. Musician.
Can I borrow what you're wearing?
So have you ever thought about the difference between this word here and this one? I'm not talking about meaning or anything. I'm talking about how to pronounce them. Like if you've been watching my videos, you probably know by now that English is not a phonetic language. So you don't really pronounce things based on their spelling. So even though these two words are spelled completely different, they're pronounced exactly the same way. Just imagine that they're both spelled W-E-R, where. And that's how I want you to pronounce both. So say it out loud to make sure you got it. Where. Where. Good job. Now let's go to the next scene.
Why?
Because I have an audition next week. I'm playing a serious firefighter.
This line here is great to show how we usually emphasize the words that are important, and the other words become shorter and we tend to drop some sounds and change the vowel sounds into a schwa sound, which is that sound we have. To begin with, the easiest way to do this is to find the important words. To do that, imagine you're a caveman, or try to deliver the message in the shortest way possible. It doesn't mean we're going to do that in real life. We're just doing that to find the important words. So he asked why, if she had answered audition next week. He would have understood, right? So we know that these three words are very, very important, which means that we're going to be clear when we pronounce them. Now let's go to the words that are not so important. So here, because turns into cuz, and we connect I, which you don't fully pronounce I. It becomes a shorter version, almost like a schwa. Then have is not fully pronounced. We eliminate the H sound, so it sounds like ev, and sometimes even of, and we connect the V sound in have, or in this case ev, with N, which also sounds like a schwa plus N. And then we connect N to audition, which is one of the important words. For you to pronounce audition correctly, you have to eliminate the U sound. So it's A as in call, then D, I as in sit. T here becomes an SH sound. Usually words that end in T, I-O-N, sound like shun. I and O turn into a schwa sound. So that's how we pronounce things. So how about we stop here today? I like to deliver information, but in a way that your brain can absorb things. So I think if we try to go too long, if we try to do things and they start to become very complicated, it becomes really hard. So try to rewatch the video, try to practice, and then I'm going to try to be here more often. I'm going to try to post more videos so you actually get that daily practice. So I'm going to stop here and then we'll continue next class. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.